With Wrestlepalooza right around the corner on September 20th, I thought it'd be a good idea to go in and predict the remaining matches that have not been announced yet for the card, and kind of give you my thoughts on what I think Wrestlepalooza really is supposed to be, and whether or not it's shaping up to be a good PLE or not. Let's get into it. So let's start with the already announced match in Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. This will crown the vacant Women's World Champion, and in my opinion, I kind of think there is just, without a doubt, this is going to Io Sky. I don't think Stephanie Vaquer is ready for this championship just yet. I don't think they have given me any idea to even think she's going to win this championship. Same with Naomi. It was the same thing where when Naomi was champion and Stephanie was going to she was going to have her first defense against Stephanie at Clash in Paris, I did not think Stephanie was actually going to win that match. And the same thing kind of is here. Stephanie has never been a Women's World Champion on the main roster, and this is kind of a way to just stat pad Io Sky a little bit, give her another championship. Now, I'm not saying in the future Stephanie Vaquer won't win this championship. I think for sure she will, but they have not done a great job of building her up. So, in my opinion, I do not think she is going to win this championship. I think it is going to be Io Sky who actually walks out as Women's World Champion, and hopefully within these next few weeks they start to build this up a little bit and there's a little bit more tension between Stephanie and Io, whether it be Stephanie maybe having a heel turn or something like that. I have no idea. Might be too soon for that, but either way, there needs to be a little bit more build for this feud. Not like an Io Sky and Ria Ripley feud where they just do backstage vignettes or whatever the hell it may be. They need to have in-ring segments, and in my opinion, they need to have some brawls, show who really wants this championship, because in my opinion, right now, obviously this match just got announced on this past Monday, so there is going to be nothing going on just yet, but there needs to be something going into this because you need to be excited for it. The match itself is exciting, but let's not let that be the only thing that can carry how good this match and, possible feud between the two of them could be, because depending on who loses this, I could easily see a heel turn for one of them and them continuing to go after this championship and making it even more interesting afterwards. So having a good build up to this and maybe showing that they're good friends or whatever heading into it or something like that, and then all of a sudden, bam, something happens. That'd be awesome. Next, we have the impending match between John Cena and Brock Lesnar. Now, I know there is a lot of mixed opinions about this one, and I'm not even gonna get started on it, but there are upcoming scheduled Smackdowns for Brock Lesnar, so it's obvious that this match is going to happen at Wrestlepalooza, and I'm excited for it because I think it'll be a good match regardless. Cena's had some really, really good matches lately, and yes, Brock Lesnar is not Cody Rhodes or Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes in a street fight, but it's Brock Lesnar. I think there's going to be enough nostalgia there to carry this match, and honestly, I'm just excited for it. I want to see if Brock Lesnar's lost a step at all for being gone for maybe 2 years now. I don't remember how long he's been gone for, but I think it's been 2 years. So I want to see if he's lost a step at all. And yeah, again, I'm just excited for this match because, we haven't seen Brock Lesnar in 2 years. So again, I think it'll be a good match. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to something different for John Cena a little bit. Some people get upset that he wasted his time with Logan Paul and now that he's wasting his time with Brock Lesnar. Honestly, I'm okay with these swerves because, it makes it a little bit more interesting where we're not just getting the basic people that they could easily put him against. It's a little bit different for him. Now, I get it. I wanted to see AJ Styles as well because, especially in Clash in Paris with that crowd, but you know what? That's okay. We got it the following Monday Night Raw, and honestly, that was still amazing, But, yeah, there's not much else to say about this match. I think I'm excited for it. The build's about to happen for it. I think Cena is going to start the build this Friday, and I'm excited to see how it goes. I think Cena probably will announce something along the lines of that Nick Aldis told him about Brock Lesnar or whatnot, And for all I know, maybe Brock Lesnar shows up and gives him an F5 on this Friday Night SmackDown. I have no idea, but that'd be kind of cool if he did that. Either way, though, I am looking forward to this feud. I think this will be a good, well-built feud because obviously there's a few appearances for Cena coming up here to build this feud in particular. It shows that he actually cares about this feud a little bit. I think the ones that he didn't really show up for that much, I think those were the ones he didn't really care about as much. So honestly, it shows that he cares about this one, so I'm excited to see what happens. I'm really excited. Next, we have Drew McIntyre versus the WWE Champion Cody Rhodes or Randy Orton. Now, I say or Randy Orton because so far we have not seen Cody Rhodes in a couple of weeks now. Obviously, he got written off to go film the same movie as Roman Reigns, but right now Randy Orton is in the picture, and I don't think Randy Orton is going anywhere, so to me, it almost feels like they're going to have a match at Wrestlepalooza, and Drew wins it, and then that's when Drew goes unhinged and is about to put Randy on the shelf, and then out comes Cody Rhodes. I think that is more of a possibility of happening. I don't see Cody Rhodes returning anytime soon. I think he's going to be out filming the movie with Roman Reigns now, because Roman Reigns just got written out as well, so I'm assuming there's a few scenes with Reigns and Cody in the same scene together, so maybe they have to film the scenes together. You know, Cody was able to get his first couple of scenes done without Roman, and now Roman's there, so they're going to be filming these scenes for a little bit. So, yeah, in my opinion, I think Randy versus Drew is more of a possibility. I mean, we never really got that rematch from Saturday Night Night's main event where Randy Orton ended up winning, so I think this would be a perfect way for Drew to get some momentum heading into the match against Cody Rhodes that is inevitably gonna happen, and I'm assuming it probably will happen at Crown Jewel coming up. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a really fun match regardless of who it's against. You know, it's Drew McIntyre, and then Cody Rhodes obviously is really good. Randy Orton is really good. So either way you put it, I think this match will be fantastic. I'm really excited for it because, again, I like both. I like all three of these guys in a certain way. I like Drew and Randy the most, and I think that is the most likely option here. I see a lot of people saying it's just going to be Drew versus Cody, but guys, Cody has 15 days coming up here, where 16 days to build this feud, and then I just don't see it happening. You know, I don't see it happening. I mean, yes, feuds have been built with lesser stuff, I get that, but I don't know, I feel like this is more built for a Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre match at Wrestlepalooza than it is a Cody Rhodes match. And for all I know, maybe they give Drew and Randy a regular match on Smackdown, and that's when Cody returns and then they get the announced match for Wrestlepalooza. I have no idea, but it's possibility. We'll just have to see. Next, we have Seth and Becky versus CM Punk, and I'm hoping AJ Lee, but it could easily be Rhea Ripley or another women's superstar like maybe Nikki Bella. I have no idea, but I'm hoping it's AJ Lee. This feud has just been so good, and then this past Monday, it just reignited my excitement for it. I think Becky Lynch was a perfect addition to this group, and she showed it on Monday Night Raw. Having Punk and Becky have a segment was just different, and I liked it a lot. It was great. I've never seen a women's wrestler and a guy's wrestler go at it like one another. That was just fantastic. I was shocked at how good that little segment was between the two of them, because again, I've just never really seen something like that, and it was just fantastic. But then the Becky slapping CM Punk at the end, and then Punk saying that I'm gonna make Seth regret ever cashing in on me, and you're gonna regret putting your hands on me or whatever. That is just the writing on the wall for an AJ Lee return right there, and I'm hoping it happens tomorrow night on Smackdown in the Allstate Arena, where supposedly Punk and AJ Lee are living. You know, they're in that area, so supposedly they might have a return tomorrow night, but I am very looking forward to this because, again, it's just going to be such a good feud. Whether or not Punk and AJ, you know, I don't even know. I'm just excited. I'm really excited, as you can tell. Adding Becky into this group was a fantastic decision, and if AJ Lee is truly returning, as the WWE shop has indicated, then this is going to be fantastic, because if I remember correctly, AJ Lee was a fantastic in-ring talent, and then she was also very good on the microphone. So I think she could easily exchange words with Becky Lynch. I think she can easily exchange moves with Becky Lynch in the ring. I mean, there has been some training clips of AJ Lee coming out lately. You know, obviously she trained to be a part of Heels, the Netflix show or whatever. and that was a great show. We saw a little bit of AJ Lee in there, but we also see some training here and there with CM Punk, and she's looking good in the ring. Her physique is fantastic still, so honestly, I could easily see an AJ Lee return, and I'm hoping it actually happens, because I think that'll add so much to this feud. I think it would be fantastic, and the fact that they are acknowledging her lately. On the post-show of Clash in Paris, the panel was constantly bringing her up. Then the crowd was chanting her during the Becky Lynch and CM Punk segment. Becky was acknowledging the fact that they were chanting it. Obviously, you could just tune them out, who cares? But there was some excitement to that. And I really am interested to see if she really does return soon. Now, these next couple of matches, I am just going to assume are filler matches, and Wrestlepalooza, in my opinion, is just a way of showcasing what WWE has on a grander stage, like a Wrestlepalooza for ESPN, so ESPN wants to see their biggest names or whatnot, so I'm only going to have another 2 matches, but the first one, I think we already saw a lot of those roots being planted this past Monday in Ria Ripley versus Asuka. Now, whether or not this is a Wrestlepalooza match or not, I have no idea, but it easily could be because it's Ria Ripley. At the end of the day, it's Ria Ripley, and Asuka is still one of your biggest women's wrestlers of all time. She's definitely probably top 10 in WWE history, which is hard to believe, but she probably is. So, yeah, I easily could see her being in this match. I could easily see it happening at Wrestlepalooza, and I could easily see it being a fantastic match. Now, the easy answer here is just having Ria Ripley go over, which a lot of times is what WWE does, is they just go the easy route. But I would like to see something a little bit different, maybe. You throw an Asuka, dirty move in there or something like that. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing such thing, I could easily see Asuka doing something dirty and pulling one over on Ria Ripley, and Ria getting very pissed off and having her rematch in Australia, I could easily see her doing that, and she gets her win in Australia, where she is from. Obviously, that is where Crown Jewel is being held, but that's a fantastic way to get her on the card. I obviously know they were going to get her on the card regardless, but you don't have to worry about putting her against a certain opponent because she already has one in Asuka. Fantastic heel, Rhea's a face. It is what it is. I think Rhea's going to get a fantastic pop. In my opinion, Rhea should open the show that night. They want to put her in the main event, but she doesn't have the title, so there's no reason for her to be in the main event. Rhea and Asuka do not carry it all the way to the main event, so yeah, I think Rhea opens the show. I think that's 100% what they do, but again, this is about Wrestlepalooza. I think Asuka can easily make this an interesting feud. I think she has made it interesting this past Monday, so I think the feud will be good. I think it'll be a well-built feud, and eventually I'm assuming Io Sky is going to get re-involved in it, so we'll just have to see how that goes, and maybe Asuka is Io's first opponent, assuming Stephanie loses, but either way, I am excited to see what happens, because this is a pretty well-built feud, and it's only been about a day, or maybe a couple days, but I would say Monday was the first real day where you could easily see Rhea and Asuka going at it. So I'm excited to see what comes of this. And last but not least, I have Dominic Mysterio defending his AAA championship that I'm assuming he's going to win come the September 12th at the Worlds Collide. I'm assuming he will win it, but I am going to say he is going to defend his AAA World Championship against someone from AAA. Now, whether that is Vikingo or maybe even Mr. Iguana, I would assume it might be Iguana more than Vikingo, but Vikingo obviously is going to get his rematch. I would assume they would give him his rematch, so maybe that's what it is. It's a rematch between Mysterio and Vikingo at Wrestlepalooza. Dominic is becoming really, really big now, so there is just no reason to leave him off the card at this point. Dom's getting to the point where he needs to be on almost every single card, and this is a great way to do it. Showcase one of your biggest heat magnets, even though I don't think he's going to be getting the heat that he necessarily should be getting. I think Vikingo would be getting that heat. But if you put him against Mr. Iguana, then maybe you could showcase some of the heat, because obviously Mr. Iguana is very loved. And maybe you make this a triple threat between Iguana and Vikingo. I have no idea. But I think this is a retain for Dominic Mysterio. I don't think he loses the championship here. He doesn't have it for 8 days and then, he loses it. That's just not going to happen. I think this is an easy defense for him to get under his belt, and it's a great way to showcase the AAA World Championship, you know, kind of bring some attention to AAA on the ESPN platform. I think that's a fantastic way to do it, and letting the champion be Dom, being showcased as the champion or whatever, adding some interest levels to this, and then saying that you'll see him every Monday Night Raw. I think it's a great way to add some interest to the championship and get some more eyes on it that obviously they are clamoring for, which I'm assuming again is the reason they are going to pull the trigger with Dom beating Vikingo come this September 12th at Worlds Collide, because I'm assuming they made a mistake at the AAA Mania. So yeah, I think this is to make up for it, and I think this is a fantastic way to do so, and having, you know, your top AAA guy get his rematch, or maybe even add Mr. Iguana to it. Either way, I think that's a perfect way to do it, and I am very interested to see what comes of it. Now, in my opinion, Wrestlepalooza is just to get everyone on ESPN, you know, their eyes on WWE. Obviously, I'm assuming there's a lot of people in the world who know about WWE. I already showed you the facts last week. There's a lot of people in the world, like over 1 billion people who know what WWE is. And I'm assuming there's even more than that. But I think this is a fantastic way to just get eyes on the WWE, showcase your biggest talent, you know, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. So I'm excited to see what comes of it. Now, the only thing I'm not excited for is the payments that come with it. You know, ESPN, I'm hoping to God that the $30 thing is just for people who don't have ESPN, or whatever the case may be. But if we end up having to pay $30 for it, I'm assuming I'm not going to be doing that. I'll probably be getting a VPN or something like that, which is something you all should do as well. Consider doing, you know, find a good VPN source. I know there are some scams out there and shit, but please be safe out there when it comes to this type of stuff. But aside from that, guys, I'm excited for Wrestlepalooza. I think it's already a well-built feud. The anticipation for it is a lot more interesting than what it was for Clash in Paris. So whatever's going on, I'm hoping WWE is on the right track to regain some ground. You know, within this past week, I've already noticed the difference. You know, Clash in Paris, I thought was a fantastic PLE in my opinion. And I said it last week, I was not really interested in the PLE at all. I sat down and watched it, even though I said I might not. But yeah, I was blown away by how good it was. The crowd, I think, just reignited it for me. I always forget how amazing those crowds are, and those crowds just add something else to it. Now, again, this is a real, you know, this is a U.S. crowd, so obviously this probably will be a little bit different this time around, but just just the excitement in general for Wrestlepalooza, I think, is what's bringing me back to the excitement levels for it. So, again, I'm excited for Wrestlepalooza. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it, what your guys' thoughts and opinions about the PLE coming up are, you know, whether or not you're excited for it, whether or not this VPN that you might have to get or paying for this $30 ESPN streaming service is going to make you probably stop watching their PLEs. Please let me know down below in the comment section, and until next time, see ya.